My name is Diogo.
My name is Laurent.
And we are Scarred.
We used to write most of our songs in the rehearsal room on the previous albums, jamming and just writing during rehearsals. On this one, it's more of a studio kind of approach with a long pre-production. We tried different things in our home studios, so it's kind of a different method on this one than we used before.
I was away for a while from the band and we didn't have much opportunity to rehearse and therefore write the upcoming album. So we wrote riffs on our own, and if we have an idea, we just record it and send it via mail, and then we discuss about it, and we just do like this kind of patchwork thing and try to make songs sound good in a studio context. It was a new experience for us. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, it's just very different. But I would like for the next record to rehearse a little more. That would be nice. Well, for example, on the song we recorded today, Petrichor, I remember when I wrote this riff, I was listening to an old song I used to listen to with my grandfather by an Angolan artist called Bonga. And the song is called Lágrima no canto do olho, which means tear in the corner of my eye. And I was just listening to the song and I was being very nostalgic, and actually the chords of that song is just no, it's a very simple chord progression, and then it ended up being, that's how a riff is created. For example, it might just be you're listening to something completely different that will then spark an idea, and then you let that idea lead you. And then furthermore, for this song Petrichor, once you have this riff, I also remember being in it's a very stupid thing, but being backstage and just, doing this kind of, to warm your fingers up, and then, you end up doing things like, then you start developing a riff and a melody line, and then, it's very organic and natural. There's no focus, we don't think about it too much.
Yeah, we never force things. We never meet up and say, today we're writing on this song, we're working on this song or this song. It's just about the mood and just what feels right.
There's many different things that can inspire you, or for me, a lot of that stuff happens, when you go to bed, just before you fall asleep, and you're kind of tired and your thoughts make no sense at all. Sometimes you will have a riff or a melody that will slide in, but the only thing you have to do is to force yourself to get out of bed in that tired state and actually record the riff, because usually it's worth it.
The thing is also, we've been playing together for a long time now, so I guess there's always kind of this scarred kind of backbone to every song that they might be very different from each other, but you can tell that they come from the same band. On this album, we really went into many different directions. But yeah, some reviews didn't like it. That the fact that we're not sticking to one genre. That's one of the only critics actually of this band is they don't know what label to slap on it. But that's actually very much what we wanted to do when we started out with this one. Is no limitation and no. Just go wherever. And since we try to narrate a story with this album, can't tell a story by repeating always the same sentences. So I guess we just took it wherever we wanted it.
It's funny, sometimes you read that people are extremely offended if they read death metal and they don't hear the... My God. I try to play as much guitar as I can for my part, but you know, having a full-time job on the side, depending on what job you work, you know, you're not really in the mood sometimes. You know, lately I've been mostly just sitting down and just write and play freely. I do practice technique, but I don't spend hours of my day doing. You know, I'm over that. I'm not interested in that anymore. I just practice whatever riff I write, and I try to be at the technical level that I can play, and you know, play as clean as I possibly can. But it's been a while since I sat down, you know, and played, you know, licks in A minor, brrr, licks in B, you know, just whatever. I don't do that anymore. I tend to just play for the sake of playing and writing music. That's the big change that happened for me as I grew up as a guitar player. But of course, if you want to be good at your instrument, there is no secret. Some people will learn faster and will be better than you are, but that's okay. But the only secret there is to become a good player is to practice your instrument. Like anything worth doing in your life, you know, you have to repeat the peep out of it.
To me, it's a rehearsal room every day after work for 2 to 3 hours, more if I can. There is some routine, especially to keep the feet fast, because there's a lot of double bass on in the music that we do. And I'm 37, so yeah, need to keep that. Keep the legs going, so there's a warm-up that uses double bass mostly, and then I get to the songs, and then I try to, if I have the time, to work in some jamming and do different things that are not necessarily band related. But yeah, there is definitely a technical aspect to it that you cannot neglect, because you will lose speed really fast if you don't do it on a regular basis.
The only personal goal I set myself is really, like he said, like he does with his legs. I try to, you know, to keep my right hand tight and, well, not fast for the sake of fast, but you know, once you're in the zone and you have the muscles are warmed up, you get this kind of motions. Like, for example, you know, when I play pick guitars, you know, I don't play like one, so I try to do it more like a drum-related thing. So it would be like. So you would have like. Stuff like that, you know, to keep the rhythmical tightness in your hand, if you will. That's what I really set myself to, and to not lose speed. But like you said, if I don't touch the guitar for a week, and unfortunately that does happen, you know, I notice it, and I get really frustrated, you know, and I sit at home in front of a click and I try, or just put a drum loop with a double bass that I can do like that. And you know, you don't get in the zone, and that's really frustrating, but that's due to the, you know, you have to do it a little bit every day. Even if it's just 5 minutes, they will definitely be worth it.
Well, I do the exercises during the warm-up, so it's very basic. It's very basic double bass routines. It's not really complicated. It's just that kind of stuff. Repeat on a loop for 2 minutes on each tempo until you reach whatever you want to. Reach, and then yeah, it's just exercises more for the dexterity. That's what just. And right now I'm trying to focus really on having the left hand on the snare just have sound on every hit just exactly the same like you would do in studio, but you can sometimes during the concert forget about it, and just when you start being tired in the middle of the set, the left hand might be slacking a little bit, so I'm really trying to get all those rim shots really like very clean, all the same, all at the same level. I mean, it's more of a craft that allows you to create, so to do art. So an art form in itself, no, that would be. I wouldn't play drums just for the sake of playing drums. If there was no band behind it, if there wasn't music that we write, I wouldn't be playing the drums just to be playing the drums. There's a lot of drummers that might see that differently, who, especially now on YouTube, you see a lot of drummers who have channels who are insanely good, but you never see them in a band. So that's not really why I want to play an instrument. If I wasn't writing music, I probably wouldn't do it.
I appreciate guitar players like, you know, Jason Beckers, the Jeff Loomis, all these shredder type guitar players. They're monstrous guitar players, and they've been a big influence on me, but I don't know, somehow doing the it's like, oh, come on, you know, it's just I'm so tired of it. I don't even want to play, you know, I much rather sit there and do like stuff like that, where you can actually just play your instrument and sing with your guitar, if you will. You know, that's why I love guitar players like Andy Timmons. They can shred, but more specifically, they have this feeling that, you know, and whatever they play, you see live recordings, they just nail their takes, and there's so much, you know, just this vibrato. To me, that's the most important. Like, a guitar player with a good vibrato is much more important than the guy that will do like brrr. That's cool.
He says that with a Loomis guitar in his hand.
Yeah. You know, I've been that guy for sure. I spent many hours learning Nevermore songs and tried to nail all the solos, and it made me progress really fast, and it was very useful. But now I'm more into David Gilmour, if you will.
In metal, you can express yourself. There's a lot of styles of music where if you come out of the pocket, how they call it, you probably won't be hired again, because you're not supposed to show off. You're just supposed to lay down the beat and make people dance. In metal, you can. Yeah, it's part of the job also to have breaks, to have some more spectacular fills. So that's what I like about this music. Yeah, for me, it's trying to kind of like Keith Moon did, like kind of play a little bit with everyone in the band, like try to play with what the bass is just doing, try to play with what the guitar is doing, sometimes even what the singer is singing, just by putting accents. That's why I have all these different symbols. And I try actually to kind of make them sing. They all have different tonalities, so I try to stick with the melody, and yeah, just not just being a beat, but also providing kind of melodic support to what everybody else is doing.
Try to be as original as possible, and even if it sounds stupid at times. I mean, one of our most successful songs, I do dare say that, it's a song called Cinder, but the riff is actually this funny kind of thing, you know, it's it has this like la 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 la, you know, but in the context, and if you played heavy, you know, with a groovy beat, it's actually more effective than you know, do something that is not that, you know, even if you laugh at it, you know, if you're grinning while playing and you think it sounds ridiculous, well, but that's probably the riff you've been looking for. That's what happens to me. That's the best advice I can give. Just try to be original and practice.